Shooter ready.
Yep.
Shooter ready? Stand by. Shooter ready. Stand by.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by.
Shooter ready. Stand by. Ready? Stand by.
And that is the crazy intro to the Shooter Are You Ready podcast. I don't know if it was loud on your end, but it was deafening in my headphones. We had some technical difficulties. We should be good now. And to explain that to all you people who are still using a Commodore 64, I'm going to bring in my co-host, Paul. Paul.
I'm not going to try to explain it. That's not on me. Listen, we got it working. Let's just get past it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great guest today. Very funny man. Very entertaining fellow, if you will. And I like to consider him a friend and a buddy. And he was... what's the word I'm looking for here, Paul? He was nice enough to say, yeah, I'll do your podcast. And I was like, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's not Wolfman Jack. It's not, damn it. I was laying in bed last night and I thought of like four. It's not Teen Wolf. Whatever. It's HTownWereWolf, ladies and gentlemen. He's here with us today. Htown, you there? Guys? Can you hear us? Can you hear me? Tell me this didn't just happen again.
Oh no. This could be the most incredible bit. he might actually be able to hear us, but he
oh no.
He's just playing along with it.
Tell me you can hear me, dude.
Technical difficulties here.
Oh. Dude, it just worked just fine. What is going on here? Yeah, no. Oh, son of a bitch. I already did the intro and everything. Well, Paul,
well, everybody knows
everybody
knows who I am, so I'm just going to turn my camera off and see if that fixes it.
Oh, here, I can do that too, I guess.
I can hear
Can
Paul
you hear
now.
me? Can you hear me? I don't think he can hear me, dude. This is going to be the worst beginning 5 minutes of a podcast ever. Here, let me kick him out. And then ladies and gentlemen, our guest has to move for a second. Here, I'm going to kick him. And then I'll tell him to come back. Anyways, Paul, how are you doing? I'm bringing my camera back.
Good. I mean, we just got done with Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays.
There you
ham
go.
is better than turkey. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, so it's working out. How are you?
I am fantastic. Besides this whole, we're having issues here. Oh, would you turn your camera back on, dude? This is weird talking to a black or a circle. Okay, he's back.
I'm trying to.
All right, here.
I'm trying to make sure that.
What's going on? Htown, are you there? Dude, we just had this all figured out, and now it's back to shit. Can you hear any of us?
Hey guys, I can see both of y'all.
But can you hear us?
Can you hear?
Maybe try changing your video settings again.
I did.
Going down to 480.
Going down to 480, huh? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
This might be the weirdest.
Any difference?
No.
Yeah, nothing. I think this might be it.
No.
Yeah,
you can't hear us.
So I can hear Paul. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Oh my goodness,
cool.
Dude,
it's just Jamie.
It's gonna be weird.
With.
Oh, okay. So
it's me.
On my side, I can go down to the lowest I can go is 340, but I'm just gonna look like a blob.
Nah, turn your camera off. See what happens when that goes on. Maybe this will be like it'll be like a Sesame Street looking ass podcast where it'll just be three white circles,
three floating
on
orbs.
A screen. Yeah,
can you try turning your camera off and see if that is that might fix it?
All right, let's see.
You should just be able to go in the little menu thing or the bottom and hit stop cam.
All right, there.
All right, let's see. Can you hear Jamie?
Hey,
hello,
Jamie.
Can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be the three floating white orbs podcast or video. Oh, wow. But you can hear us.
I can hear you guys. Can you guys see me?
I can see you.
Yes, now you're back.
Yeah, I just changed it back. I'm on the lowest setting on the camera. That's so weird. So
It
as
is
soon as
weird.
you
Yeah,
guys,
there's got to be.
as soon as you guys try to add your camera back in, then it messes up.
Here, let me
Well,
try.
Yeah.
Paul,
It looks-
turn your camera back on.
We're
This is
just
the
going to do
most
it one by one.
non-entertaining.
Hey, he's working. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we're back. Here we
I'm
go.
scared to turn mine
Moment
on.
of truth. Moment of truth.
All right.
Am I doing it now?
Yeah, you probably should.
I'm
Yeah.
scared.
And
Ladies
then
and
I would just
gentlemen, I
redo the intro
apologize.
and cut it. And
We're
I
having
would just
some-
redo the intro and cut it from here.
No way, dude.
No.
All right, I'm gonna do it. Can you
All
see
right.
me?
You're in.
All right,
Ah.
whatever. We're gonna keep going with this.
All right, let's keep it moving.
That's funny. Don't move your
That's
arms too much.
Oh, for real?
No, I'm just saying. I'm trying to. We're gonna be completely still now. I don't know.
Okay.
Beige backgrounds only. Take up the least amount of pixels you can.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I feel like changing the background so it's not animated, but I'm scared to touch the background. I'm scared to do
No.
anything on a computer right
Hey.
now.
Just leave the Minecraft background.
Yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, after our 6-minute debacle of an intro, we have HTownWereWolf on the podcast. Htown, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys.
That's
Doing
good, that's
good.
good.
Happy to be alive.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
happy I survived Thanksgiving.
Dude, I ate like such a schmuck the last couple of days, and it's like, cool. Now you got to go to the gym and pay for it. Because I don't know about you guys, I love desserts. I love turkey. And I love everything usually that I can put on the plate like a slob on Thanksgiving. So it kind of worked out. I
Yeah.
felt like a straight glutton. Like that guy in the movie Seven who just ate until he like blew up on the inside. That was me.
So what's your go-to plate when because you have to get multiple plates, but that first plate, what does it consist of?
All right, my first plate, because I did have multiple. Turkey with cranberry sauce, not the one that's
Oh,
shaped
you
like
have to have cranberry sauce.
not the
Yeah.
one shaped like the can either. It's got to be like the legit stuff with the chunks of cranberry in it, like the jelly. And then deviled eggs like crazy to punish everybody around me in a 5-hour period. Sweet potato casserole. My mom
Okay.
makes this broccoli raisin like salad concoction stuff with some sweet like dressing mixture in there, and I love that. I get about 2 heaping spoonfuls of that. So what else did I have? Some au gratin potatoes, a couple rolls. What else was on that first plate? I think there was some duck on there,
Oh, nice.
and I think something's missing. No, that's about it. As long as I get broccoli and deviled eggs in me. Watch out.
Damn. Yeah.
I didn't know that we were on a podcast with a Rockefeller this evening, having duck on Thanksgiving.
Damn, right?
Let's get out of here.
Man.
Of Rockefeller. Paul, okay. We'll go around now. Paul, what was your plate like?
Well, being from the Midwest, big casserole family. So
yeah.
you got that. For me, green bean casserole, I could eat that 3 days a week.
Really?
Oh, I love green bean casserole.
I despise it.
Inject that into my veins. So green bean casserole, and then my mom does like a corn pudding, which is like halfway between cornbread and like pretty much just straight corn.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like halfway firmed up.
Have you ever seen her make it?
Yes.
Can of corn, can of cream corn, couple eggs, thing of cornbread.
No eggs, but otherwise, yeah.
Okay, see, I do eggs and a little bit of honey in mine, but yeah, can of corn, can of cream corn, pouch of cornbread,
Otherwise, the exact same.
couple eggs, and dude, I will demolish that whole thing. It is like corn cake, and it is awesome.
It's fantastic.
I
So
love
I
it.
go back for that. My grandma makes her own sausage stuffing,
Ooh.
and I mean, she has to have a backup pan for everybody else because, like, if you're stuffing, you hate to see me coming.
Yeah, I don't do stuffing.
I'm all over the stuffing, especially the homemade. Not a big potato guy, but some scalloped potatoes, some sweet potatoes. Big fan of that.
Oh yeah.
And then we deep fried a turkey this year to try to keep with the Midwest tradition. We didn't burn the barn down, but we injected it with some Cajun kind of sauces concoctions, and I went for that. That was pretty good.
All right, H-Town, break it down. What was your plate? First plate.
All right. So we do 2 parties. It's always 2 family parties. So the first party was traditional ham, turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, the real stuff, not the
Yeah.
ocean spray one, but
Yeah,
the real
nah.
cranberry, real mashed potatoes. And then I made a batch of my chili. I do like a 5-meat chili. So we do chili with cornbread.
Hell yeah.
So that was for my family's get together. When for my girls, we went to her house and we had also turkey, but they had pozole. I don't know if you guys have ever had pozole. It's like
Yeah.
a Mexican soup. So I've had a ton of food, and yeah, I can do anything. I have to eat everything with the cranberry sauce. I don't know what it is. That sweet, salty.
Oh yeah,
I
man.
love it.
It's
I love
amazing.
it. Yeah.
And I think I'm the only one at my mom's house that uses it because I don't know what it was, but one year I think I was at somebody's house and it was just this dry ass turkey. And I was like, I need help with this turkey. And I don't do gravy. I'm not a gravy guy unless it's on my biscuits for breakfast.
Right.
But yeah, and then that was like the year I was like, ooh, this cranberry, like really it hits on the turkey. So ever since then, been a cranberry guy with my turkey. Has to be.
Yeah. Me too. I love sweet and salty. I love
See,
that mix.
this is the Shooter Are You Ready podcast I'm a fan of, where we talk food, not shooting, because the buzzer has went off, so all the normal stuff is out the window.
The last 3 episodes that we've done, we've gotten an hour in before
Yeah.
we started talking about food. But this
Yeah.
this close to Thanksgiving, I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
we've got a little bit of an excuse.
I mean,
Right.
granted, this is close to Thanksgiving, but this post is probably go up. This might be like beginning of 2025 or ended. No, this might be like the first one of 2025. This might be the first 2025 episode because I've still got a
Wow.
couple that are scheduled to go up yet. But
Nice.
all right, desserts. Hit me with desserts, and then we'll get talking into the real stuff. Because I hate pumpkin pie with a passion. I will purposely cut a slice just to throw it in the garbage because I can't stand it. I think it's disgusting. I'm not a pumpkin flavored man at all. I'll do 1 pumpkin square a year, and it better have cream cheese frosting, or else I will throw it away. And that's it. I haven't had one this year, and I don't plan on it. So this might be my skip year, but I am give me an apple pie. Strawberry rhubarb pie if you're exotic, because that's my favorite. I don't do like
Wow.
the chocolate pies. I hate that shit. My mom makes this the hell she call it, cherry delight, like something with like graham cracker crust and like some sweet condensed milk cream cheese mixture frosting like base on it, and then like cherries. I don't know, it's awesome. But I just hate pumpkin pie. As far as dessert, I'll eat anything else almost.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat.
You don't like pumpkin pie?
Man, I think it has to have a ton of whipped cream on it for me
My
to
man.
like it. But other than that, man, I'll hit up any other type of pie. I really like pecan pie, bourbon
Oh
pecan
yeah.
pie. It's like if it doesn't, as long as it doesn't have too much of that filling, right? It has to just have enough of the filling.
Yeah.
Down here where I'm at, Specs does a really good bourbon pecan pie, and it's
Nice.
amazing.
I am, of course, going to have to disagree with you both.
You're crazy.
Pumpkin pie, both hands into my face.
No.
If there is a well out there that says pumpkin pie in here and you shine a flashlight down into that well, you will see me down there. I stole that joke from Theo Vaughn, so I don't want anybody accusing me. But no, I love pumpkin pie. I like all pies. My aunt does fresh Rice Krispie bars.
Ooh.
That are fantastic, where I mean it's like she takes 2 sticks of butter and just butters her entire hands up. It gets in there and really works in the Rice Krispies. So I had a tray of those to myself last night, which is why I'm looking incredibly fat this morning. This is not how I look typically. The camera ends 10 pounds and then I ate 10 pounds. So that's why I'm a little rounder today. But I grew up on an apple orchard. So I grew up with apple pie, apple crumble, apple crisp, apple bread. And that's actually where I'm sitting right now. And no apples this year, but my grandma did do some pumpkin bars. I've had like 4 Thanksgivings with the same family in 1 week.
Wow.
All in the same spot. So I'm pretty lucky when it comes to the desserts, let me tell you.
That's pretty funny. So like what you guys like you're like, oh, we're eating Thursday, but then so and so is coming into town Friday, so we'll do it again. And then somebody else is coming Saturday, so we'll do it again. You guys just keep circling back, huh?
It's pretty much like, hey, well, we've got 8 turkeys.
Wow.
We might as well eat them.
That's insane.
I think 8 turkeys is about equal to 1 duck, right?
No.
Yeah, in cost, especially.
In cost,
Get the hell out of here. For what it's worth, I'm not even a fan of duck. All it is like dark meat. It's just a bunch of dark meat.
Oh man.
Listen, let me tell you, I love me some dark meat.
Well, so do I, but like the duck, I think it's unnecessary. But my mom like tries to like have her pinky out on Thanksgiving, like, look at us, we got a duck, and I'm like,
Oh, I got a duck.
Could have done without it.
Breaks the china out that you're not allowed to use the rest of the year.
Whatever. Anyways,
wow,
food aside,
man. I'm hungry now. Damn it.
I know. After this, I'm going back in to get some leftovers.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get into the shooting. Htown.
All right, let's do it.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I should ask you this before we got on the air here, but you can answer this. You don't have to answer this. What the hell do you do for work? Because you have an extraordinary amount of firearms, and I'm jealous of you, and I need to switch jobs. Is what I'm basically getting at.
Yeah, so I get that question a lot, and
right.
Yeah, no, and I'll answer it. I'm so being from Texas, I work in Houston. So Houston, I'm in oil and gas business.
Yeah,
I do design work for pipelines.
Nice. And then obviously you live a comfortable life because of it.
Yeah, and I mean I've been doing it for a while, so I would say I've been in the oil and gas business now for like 15 years. And before that, I was in civil engineering before that.
Okay.
So I've always been I'm not an engineer though, but you know, I'm a designer. So
nice.
It's a comfortable living.
Designing pipelines, that's got to be like you're gonna lay a pipe from here to way down there, right? Is like
basically?
Man, that's awesome.
So
you see this piece of string? We're just gonna pull it, and I need a pipe right there.
No, so you use Google Earth a lot. You basically have to count all the roads you're gonna cross, count all the rivers.
Oh yeah.
And then you'll do your proposal based on that, because the pipeline has to be in an HDD or in a bore or open cut, a bunch of weird stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so that's what I do.
All right. Well, yeah, I was just wondering because like he pumping out videos, and like the amount of videos you pump out, I'm like, holy shit, when's this guy gonna like hit the brakes? But no, you keep pumping out videos and you keep showing up with different firearms. And I'm like, how much shit does this guy have? Because I'm not really envious. I'm just more surprised. I'm like, wow, this dude, he's got quite the collection going, and it doesn't seem like it's stopping. And you're always like, and I still have some more things I haven't talked about yet. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. No, I finally did the little baby scar one. I've been waiting to do that one for a while, so I still need to do the big brother and then the bigger brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I still have quite a few stuff to do in the collection.
That's insane.
I started in this year or last year in November.
Yeah, I seen you hit the 1 year mark.
Was my anniversary.
Congratulations. I hope you guys are having a wonderful life together. But yeah, like I don't know, if you guys don't know about Htown, you need to check him out on the Instagram, on the YouTube. This man pumps out, I don't know, it seems like you at least do one video a week. At least.
I try to do one video.
See, dude, I tried to do that. I tried to like keep up with the Joneses, as they say, and do one a week. And I was like, I can't do this. I work too much. It's too much pressure on myself, because at that point I was just putting out crap videos, just trying to keep up. And I was like, every other week, dude. I'm an every other week guy. And now I decided to pick up this hobby, and now I do this every other week to fill in for the week I don't put out a video. And I just keep stretching myself out, stretching thin. Like, I don't know where I find the time or how I do these things, but somehow they get done.
Nice.
I don't sleep, is what I usually tell people.
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm working on about 4 hours right now.
Cool.
But
what's been the video that you're most proud of that you've come out with? And then what has been your most popular video that maybe surprised you that it with how popular it actually was? Because to you, it's probably just, hey, this is another Saturday or whatever day that you
Well,
put out your videos, and
Yeah.
it just came out, and then all of a sudden we're going viral. And was there a difference between what you thought would succeed and what actually succeeded?
All right, so that's an easy one. So when I first started, I was one of the first persons to get that PSA crank, and
uh,
and I did that video on the PSA crank. I didn't even have man. I think at the time I probably only had about 200 subscribers, and so I did the video, and I wanted that thing to work. I mean, shoot, I like to shoot, and I've always wanted a crank. So with me having those issues with it and being one of the first people to put a video out on it, that was the one that blew up on me. I think that one is over 20,000 views, or it's probably higher than that now.
nice.
But I wasn't even, at that point, I didn't even have that many followers. And I remember getting a call from Clay, and he's like, dude, your video is blowing up. And I was like, what? And so to me, I was like, wow, this is crazy. And that video kind of just fueled me, that I was like, man, this is awesome. YouTube is awesome. But that's been the only one. That was the only video. It seems like if there's a little controversy, it's like that's what people want to see, right? So that one's been my biggest hitter.
And did you kind of lean into that controversy? Because I think kind of in the YouTube space, when people see, hey, controversy is the thing that plays the most, they kind of milk it for all it's worth. Or was it like, hey, I've kind of done what I needed to do with the crink. I've kind of said what I needed to say right now about it. And, if there's something more that I need to say, I can kind of come back to it.
So what I did is, so for the Crink, I have 3 videos, right? So I did the initial video that stirred up all the controversy, that has the most likes, and then I wanted it to work, right? So I took it home, I polished the crap out of the chamber. I was like, man, maybe this, because it was only messing up with the steel cased ammo.
Mhm.
And so I did 2 more videos, two more follow-up videos. They were both positive videos. I wasn't ragging on it or anything. It was just, after polishing it, it was working. So I did 2 update videos. Those didn't do too good, but yeah, I didn't want to continue down the that rabbit hole of being negative, because that's not really, if you've seen the channel, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to get a laugh out of someone. I'm trying, if you watch one of my videos, you're giggling, you're laughing, and
Oh yeah,
that's what I want
Oh,
to
yeah.
that's what I want to do. I don't want to be negative Nancy, what they call.
yeah. I try not to shit on stuff unless like I'm seriously having an issue with it, and I'll be like, what the hell? This is being an issue here. Let's see how I can fix this problem, and then keep having fun with this instead of these are shit. You shouldn't buy these. That's what this video is about. Don't. This is crap. What's the point of that? I mean, yeah, like you can clickbait them. You can hold up that
Yeah,
crank and be like, this thing's junk, I'll tell you why. And then people be like, ooh, I want to know. And be like, I got a blister, and now I
yeah.
don't like it. But I don't know. I try not to be negative on stuff unless, like I said, unless it's a real issue. But
Yeah.
there's too much of that
No,
already.
and so that PSA crank is at Kalash Bash. I let Fit and Fire. Mark? I let
Yeah.
Mark borrow it, and so it's been out there. It's the round count's gone up on it. He's had success. He's made videos with it, and it's a popular item. I mean, those things are, regardless of who makes it, right? The aesthetic of it, it just looks so freaking badass. So
Yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
yeah, Mark's done some videos on it. I think he's fixing to do another video. It's the Crink versus the M85, the Zastava M85. So
Oh,
it's still out there. I think I'll get
M85
it
too.
back. Yeah, I'm gonna get it back at KB 2025. So by that time, hopefully the round count's pretty high up, and then maybe I'll do another video on it to push it maybe to 5,000 rounds or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Htown is in the market for renting things out. If you're looking for something nice, Just see a video of him holding up something. Be like, hey, I want to borrow that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if you're local to my area and you need to borrow something, I'll let you
I
borrow
wish
it.
I was local to your area. But then again, I don't because the heat down there is terrible.
It's not that bad once you
Dude,
get
it's
used to it.
terrible. There's no getting used to that. It is terrible. Well, I don't know. You're in Houston. My sister lives in, I think she's outside of San Antonio, and it is ridiculous. It is just ridiculous when I went down there to visit her. I think it was like 110 every day for 5 days at least. And I was like, I'm not even going outside. I'm staying in this house the whole time.
Oh, wow.
But see, right now I'm bitching, and I think outside right now where I'm at, it's like 15 degrees.
Wow. Yeah,
So
that's too cold.
yeah, see, you guys are
Yeah.
it's funny because, like, not to rag on Clay, but like I'll see a video and Clay will have a hoodie on and it'll be like 50 degrees down there, 60 degrees, and you guys are panicking. Oh man, get the hoodies out. It's 62. And I'm like, nah, that's like long sleeve shirt weather. You know, I mean,
yeah, no, it's the house right now is like at 71 degrees. I got my long sleeve on.
yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'd be walking around in my drawers.
Plus, they say if you wear black, you look a little slimmer after all that turkey eating,
There you go. See, that's the trick. Let's talk about competition because I knew of you, met you at KBash, and then we ran into each other again at Kalashnikon. And good time every time I see you. Fun person. We always have a good time. But what made you decide, okay, I'm gonna do some competition here. I'm gonna jump in the deep end and we're gonna do this.
Okay. All right. So I guess, man, I've always been so scared to shoot a match, right? I've been super scared. So
Natural.
at the where they have the KBash at that place, I'm a member out there at that range. And so they had a member appreciation match. And I remember I was like on the fence. I told my girlfriend, I was like, hey, I want to do it, but I'm scared. So we went. I did it. It was like 4 stages, super simple stuff, guys. I mean, super simple, but it was, pistol rifle. And so to me, the biggest issue is always safety, right? I'm so conscious about safety. I don't want to get DQ'd. So
Right.
like between every shot, I was like safety on, safety off. And I shot it with an AK. The very first one, I shot it with an AK. And then so after that, I was like, when I got those jitters out of the way, I was like, man, that was not bad. And then a few months after that, they announced Lethal Weapons. So Lethal Weapons, the very first one was my very first match, and I don't think I couldn't have chosen a better match to do because that was, to this day, that has been one of my favorite matches.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's all it takes, man. It's the first one.
The first one, yeah, and then also just doing a rifle. I guess what they call an outlaw match, right? Is where it's just a rifle.
Yeah.
That was a lot easier too, because coming from that appreciation match where it was pistol rifle, that's a lot of things. You have to have a good holster, you have to have retention. So just going to a rifle to me was like, oh, okay, I can do this. I can do it.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I yawned. When I saw you at KBash, how many competitions have you shot until KBash? Handful?
Yeah, like a handful. So there's local matches in Texas. Jim puts on a real good match in Kempner, Texas at it's called Texas Kalashnikov. So I had done a few of those, trying to get my my rifle ready, getting my zero and all that stuff. So I did a couple of those, and then I did Lethal Weapons.
Okay, so handful of matches in, you're feeling it, life is good. You go to Kalashnikon. How did you feel about that one?
Oh man, Kalashnikon was, if I could say it was like a bruiser. That was a bruiser of a match, man. That the whole time, the stage that I was the most scared of was the wall. Coming from Mexico, I don't do walls. and that wall was so freaking intimidating. And I knew I had to do it on day 2. I was like, oh, I got to do that one the second day, right? The wall. And I was like, I was not looking forward to that,
That's pretty
especially
funny.
with all your gear. And I'm short. I'm like 4'11", so that wall looked huge, bro.
I felt like that was like probably the easiest one.
Really?
I mean, yeah. It didn't take me long to get over the wall. And then it wasn't, I mean, yeah, I didn't think that was that bad. The initial get over the wall part was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Other than that, it wasn't that bad.
I
And I think that was our first one.
Oh,
right,
really?
Paul? Did we start? Yeah, the first day. That was stage 1 for us.
Oh,
So
It
wow.
was.
Yeah,
The-
get it right out of the way.
For me, the more challenging part was, so just got to break down if you weren't there for the stage. You started off in front of a 7-foot, 8-foot wall that had like rock climbing holds all over it. And you had to go over that wall, sprint to a tank trap, engage 5 or 6 targets kind of through the trees, sprint forward, engage 5 or 6 more targets through the trees, and then run back and then come underneath the wall and then essentially repeat the same thing over again. For me, where I got hung up was actually going under the wall because you have all your gear. Okay, how much is hanging off on my back? How much is hanging off on my front? And I didn't get low enough. So I kind of got hooked and not spun fully, but almost thrown to the ground while I was trying to go underneath it. But yeah, that was our first stage. Squad overall, I think, did pretty good. I really thought that more people were just going to skip the wall in general and take a little bit of a penalty. But I think only one guy didn't go over the wall, and that was because I think he had like a knee issue or something like that. But otherwise, everybody went over it.
Cool.
Yeah, I just I had to ask you how you felt about KCON because that one, it's brutal. I love it. Definitely my favorite one of the year. And yeah, it's just I love seeing people's reactions their first time there because I remember how I felt my first time there and I felt god awful. I wanted to go home because I was doing so bad. But so you're a man of competition. Are you coming back to KCON this year?
Oh man, it's debatable. I
Yeah.
don't know. I did so many this year that
Right. You got to pump the brakes a little bit.
No, not pump the brakes, but I need to be more selective.
Yeah.
And I mean that one was what I liked about that one is that it was an easy drive. So for me to get
Really?
to KCON, it was 14 hours. So that's not bad. I can do that. I did that getting there. So
Yeah.
that one wasn't bad. I liked being on the. I mean, I liked the whole event. It was cool. There were some stages that were the one where you were peeping into the country western one where you had to go left or right. I think that was my favorite. That one was good. Yeah, and then the spinner one. If you were shooting 762 by 39, that spinner was easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately I wasn't. So, and I suck at spinners. I don't know. I still need to work on my spinners. But so the event itself was awesome. I mean, I liked the terrain out there was awesome. And that, that was the first time that I've ever seen competition do daily winners, right?
Yeah.
That they do every day is a winner. So that was cool. I hadn't seen that before. Usually you shoot the whole event and then at the end it's combined for the score. But yeah. So I guess long story short, maybe.
That's how I am with KBash right now, and I hate to admit it, but I'm a maybe on that. That's like 19 hours away.
Yeah,
so it's a haul, and it takes a lot of vacation time out, and it takes a lot of money out. And I think I'm gonna replace that with Masters because it's a little bit closer, and I haven't been there yet.
So I will say I did shoot Masters, and Masters was probably the funnest match I did last year.
Okay, see, now that makes me want to go even more.
Yeah, it's super well organized. The Clinton House Ranch or Plantation or whatever they call it's a really nice venue, and they put on they do a good job out there. I will say they probably need to work on the food truck situation because there's one guy doing all the food for everybody, and he's a sweat bucket back there, just like everybody's in line to get the freaking fried bologna sandwiches that he makes, which are amazing. But yeah, they
Fried
need to get
bologna,
more.
huh?
Oh, it was so good, dude. That was like one of the highlights. That fried bologna sandwich we tried on day 2 had an egg on top. Oh,
I don't know about that.
let's not get into food anymore.
Yeah.
Would you call Masters one of your, because like if KCON is a maybe, what would you put as like your, hey, I definitely have to shoot these, even if there's like 1 or 2 matches that I shoot next year. These are the 1 or 2 that I'm gonna make sure that I hit.
So Masters, we're going back for sure. We're gonna go to Masters, and then this one, the Red October, the Cold War, that one is also a definite. And KB. So next year, KBash, Masters, and Red October Cold War are definite on my list.
Definite. In stone, ladies and gentlemen. You can
In
catch
stone,
Htown
yeah.
WereWolf at all 3 of those events. Go by,
Yeah,
give him a
I'll
high
be there.
five.
Yeah. Hey,
Ask him if he's
Jamie,
Midwest Savage.
yeah, no, hey, so I'm getting to that. So last night when we talked, I remember who did it. So when we were at KB, I was at the Silver Tent. That's that very first one when you come around, and I ran into Fit and Fire there. This I had never met him before. I've been following his channel right for a while. So I get the courage. I go up to him like, "Hey man, great channel, blah 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 blah, whatever." And then he goes, "Midwest Savage," and I was like, "No, Htown Werewolf." I said, "Htown Werewolf. I've got a small channel," and so we just hit it off. But I mean, I could see how he, with the beard and whatever.
Yeah,
So
it's the fantastic beard. It gets
it's the
people.
beard. I think that's what it was. But so it was Mark that mistaken me for you.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start wearing like a jersey that says Htown WereWolf on it when I go to competitions instead of one that says Midwest Savage. And we'll just mess with
Hey,
people. I'll give you my Midwest Savage one to wear. And then we'll just trade
let's do
identities for
that.
the day.
We can swap.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah. Whoever does your jersey, let me know who it is, and I'll make one for myself.
All right. I've got like 5 of them. I can give you one I'll lend you one.
Sweet. That's awesome.
That's pretty funny.
What was yours? What was your favorite this year, Jamie?
Probably Kalashnikov. I'm a sucker for Kalashnikov. I just love how like physical it is. I love that it's rough, and then I'm a fan of the 2-gun aspect of it because it's like the only 2-gun. I wouldn't say the only one I do out of the year, since one of our local establishments started doing 2-guns. I'm gonna try to do that more, but I don't know. I like it. I like the 2-gun aspect. I like how it sucks and like it's rough, and everybody's usually dead ass tired at the end of the day. It's just a good match. It's a great match, and I meet a lot of
Yeah.
cool people there. And Matt,
Yeah.
the guy who runs it, is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And it's closer. It's not that far from home, so I really like it.
Nice. Yeah. Well, it's a good match. I'm not, like I said, I'm not counting this or ruling it out, but maybe it depends. Do you know when it's gonna be?
When is it? Mayish? I
Oh,
think it
it's
was
in
on
May.
Mother's
Oh yeah,
Day
that's
last
right.
year.
May 24 and 25, right? I think they announced.
Really? Already?
I
don't
think
know.
I think that's what I heard at the
I'd
end
have
of
to look
at the end
into
of
it.
May.
I'm sure it'll be at the end of May on
Yeah.
Mother's
Yeah,
Day again.
normally it's around there, like
Yeah.
May 20th through the 25th is somewhere that I can fall into.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I
What?
gotta say this the same as Jamie though. When it comes to my favorite matches, I like KCON, and then I'm involved with a com block specific match up here in Wisconsin called Thunder on the Tundra that I love. Um, that one has come a long way, but like just the physicality of KCON, I don't think you can really kind of get that anyplace else.
Yeah.
And also taking shots out to 300 plus yards up to 600 yards at a match is really unique. And that was something that I was really worried about this year. And it kind of turned out to be pretty easy just because they had that giant square that was just kind of like floating in the hills 600 yards away from you. But yeah, really want to get to Masters this year, and then but October Cold War looked fantastic as well. So I'm gonna try to get to that one next year too.
I
Yeah,
think
that was a good match.
I think Mark, Fit and Fire's ears were ringing there, Htown,
Oh,
because
really?
I just got a message from him on the Instagram, and I just thought that was kind of funny when I looked to see who just sent me a message, and that's who it was. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
oh, we were just talking about that fella. He thinks
Yeah.
I'm HTownWereWolf. So when you go to competition, do you use the same rifle or do you switch it up? I mean, I'm sure for lethal weapons you switch it up, of course, but like, okay, say for like your AK specific matches, like what you took to Masters, was that the same one you used at KBash or Kalashnikon, or do you switch it
Man,
up?
so I've had a love affair with the Galileo last year,
Oh
and
yeah, I don't blame you.
I took the Galileo to everything. I even shot the Galileo for lethal weapons. So the Galileo, and I switched it up a little bit for KCON. I took two rifles. The second day I did my Arsenal Sam 5, but I should have just stuck with the Galileo. I figured the 16-inch barrel would have helped me a little bit better on the Arsenal, especially for the 600-yard stage, the steel in the trees. And I should have just stuck with the Galileo because I can make the shots with the Galileo also. And so yeah, I've been stuck on it. I'm trying to get off of it, but every single time it's like you had a video about you keep going back to your backup. Remember that video? You're like, man, this thing is my backup. Every time I try something new, I just go back to that.
Yeah.
I think it's the 103, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, it's the Galileo. It's the I can't get away from it.
Yeah. And it's I don't know, and it's just like you said, it's terrible. I don't think it's terrible, but like I have so much other stuff that I'm like, this is the one I'm going to use, and like you said, that 103 is always in the case as the backup,
Yeah.
and like it just works, and I'm like, why aren't you just using this? Because it does its job, and I think I'm gonna try. We're doing winter Kalashnikon in like a month, a little over a month. And so it's just basically KCON in the dead of winter, and so I'm using the 103 for that, and we're gonna see.
For you.
Yeah, thanks, man. We're just gonna see how that goes in the winter match, and I don't know what else I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring something else. I think I might use a WBP in 7.62, or I might bring the Ars. I don't know. Definitely the 103. Maybe I'll just do the 103 both days. Who knows?
Yeah, I think for me, the 50-round mag, the African 50-round mag, are so I'm new to the whole AK thing. I haven't been doing the AKs for the longest, and so reloads. Oh man, reloads are super intimidating for me. So I found those 50-round big boys, and so that's my secret weapon, is that I don't have to reload. And so it's amazing. But every once in a while, I'll pull off a good reload. Very rare.
That's
I
funny.
still fumble around with it a lot, so I need more practice.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask you how many, but out of your collection of firearms, would you say, can you pick your favorite?
Yeah, I've got it sitting next to me. This isn't gonna be live, right? I can show it.
No, you can show it off here. We're good.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah. And here.
Oh
wait.
yeah.
It's the 5.53.
I'm trying to make you bigger. I don't know. You know what? I'm not gonna mess with the screen. I'm not gonna mess with anything.
Yeah.
But that looks fun.
So I feel like the 5.53 has so much going for it. Number one, well-made gun. Number two, it just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
This is my favorite. My favorite. I shot this for Lethal Weapons this year.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, it was all right. I dressed up as Ricardo Siemens.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so it was Ricardo Siemens shooting a 5.53, and I also shot a 5.51, the American version. So That thing was money. Also, it was
Yeah, I
good.
saw you getting the stretches in and everything else.
Yeah,
It looked
yeah.
nice.
So what you don't see in all the videos is that like the whole time I'm out there, like I'm doing like all kinds of exercises. I ended up so freaking sore. I was sore for like a whole week after that event because I was doing all these gymnastics.
Yeah, you don't
It was
really go
crazy.
around on the weekends just busting out random gymnastics everywhere.
Oh man, that was I definitely not doing that one again.
That's
I
awesome.
put on I put the suit on to do that what is the little snippet for my YouTube video. Man,
Yeah.
it was so stinky, bro. I was like, oh my god. Oh yeah.
Has there ever been a gun, rifle, pistol that you've been really excited to get, and it might have been something that you were chasing for a long time, and you got it, and you were just completely disappointed with it, aside from the PSA 556 crank?
Ah man, what did I get? Ooh. Okay. I've bought multiple 1911s. I got a Kimber. I don't have any 1911s, man. I have the worst history with them. They don't work. They stovepipe, they jam. So I've bought some really nice ones, and that's probably been my thing is that I do not do 1911s because to this date I haven't found one that's like reliable with just ball ammo. So I would say that's probably my purchase that I've probably bought and sold about 7 of them, and they range anywhere from like 1,000 up to like $5,000. And I'm like, no. As soon as the gun stovepipes on me or whatever, where I don't think it's reliable, I'm like, oh, this has to go.
Huh.
I have the same. I think the 1911 aesthetically, it's incredible. It's 45. Like it fires a huge stupid round. They
Yeah.
look so good. And I've had the same history with 1911s as you. Now, I
Yeah.
haven't had the very expensive ones, but I've had ones all the way from $300 up to $2,000.
Right.
I also own no 1911s right now. They just break my
Okay.
heart every single time. And it's like a cycle. Every 2 years, I'm like, you know what? No, it was me. I was the problem. This time it's going to be different.
Yeah.
I'm a changed man. I'm actually going to keep up with the maintenance. We're going to do a break-in period. This time I'm going to be different. And they break my heart every single time.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never
The
had bad problems with a 19. I have 3 or 2. I think I have 2. Now I have to think. I know I have a Ruger 1911, and that thing's fantastic. I love it. I've never had an issue with it.
I've
It just
owned 2.
goes. Really? See, I've
Yeah.
never had a problem with mine. And then I have a Magnum Research, like the little baby Desert Eagle they call them. And I haven't shot that thing a lot, but I haven't had an issue with it that I know of.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking about now. No, nothing.
Nothing.
And I like a
Yeah.
1911.
I only have 145 now. Well, I have 2. I have the Vector, and then I've got my office, which is the FNX Tactical
Oh,
45.
nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This
Very
thing
nice.
is a beast, man. I love this thing. So yeah,
Now see,
I love it. And I haven't had any issues with this thing. And I've had it this was probably one of the first pistols that I bought. So no issues with it.
nice.
Probably has about 3,000 rounds through it.
One
It's
of
well
our
worn
good
in.
friends, Tommy, shot the FNX 45 exclusively for years. Like that was even his competition handgun, and flawless. I'm happy. I kind of had that anecdote of 1 or 2, but kind of hearing you say, "Hey, also high round count," it makes me want to go buy one. I'm ready to get heartbroken again because I just know
Yeah.
that something's going to let me down.
I have one FN pistol and I love it. And they don't make it anymore.
Which one is it?
The F. I'm gonna try to think now. FN9C, I think. I think that's what it was called. It was just like a
Yeah.
little, like a
It's
carry
it's a
pistol.
it's a compact, right? A more
Yeah.
compact.
But
Oh,
they
okay, gotcha.
made it and then they quit making it because there was something wrong with the firing pins just engaging. Apparently that's an
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
But like mine apparently doesn't fall into the category of ones that it has happened to.
Yeah.
But I like it. I don't know. And the other, how many FNs? I think I have 3 FNs, not pistols, but I have a pistol, I have
Yeah.
a PS90, and I have the Scar. And I'm an FN
Oh,
guy.
So you have the 20, right? You have the SCAR 20?
Yeah.
Man, I want to get one so bad.
It's
That's
fun.
why you were like, hey, you need to get a 20. Because I have
Yeah, man.
everything except for the 20. Well, and now I don't have the 300 blackout one, so I'm missing out.
Dude, I am so good with my SCAR 20. I can shoot a glow stick 100 yards away in complete darkness.
Damn.
Yeah, that was pure luck. It was pure luck. We were up at Tommy's and I did it in the middle of the night.
I witnessed it. Sure, it was round number 63.
Damn.
But it's like your keys are always the last place you look. The shot that hits is always the last one you take.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, mine's my 17 is like, oh man, this thing is sick, dude.
There you go.
Yeah.
With the unrivaled brake on there, that is incredible.
Dude,
yeah.
The unrivaled brake on this thing makes it shoot so freaking. And this was tuned by Adam. So he tuned this at oh geez. Are you guys still there? I lost you guys for a second.
Oh yeah, we're still good.
Are you there? Hello? Yeah, no, we're good.
Hold on. Let me log in. Yeah, so Adam at I guess from Unrivaled, he tuned it for me, so it was really cool.
Okay, we lost his video, but I can still hear his audio. Oh no, there he is. Okay, we're good.
There he is. I guess I need to wiggle the mouse a little bit every once in a while. It shuts off.
Those unrivaled brakes are amazing. I did a small live video last night just to test out the new computer.
Yeah.
Because I just want to test out the new computer, and like people jumped in, and I was like, "This is just a test. I'm not doing anything special here tonight. I'm sorry. This is just me testing things out." But somebody was like, "What's the best brake I can get?" And I'm like, "Don't ask me, because I have like a Ziploc bag full of brakes. I've bought so many of them over the years, and I will suggest the unrivaled brake to you, and you will be like, it's expensive." And I'm gonna say, yes, it is. But like, I love it. I think it's amazing. The people shooting next to me don't like it, but it's not for them. It's for me. It's great. I love it. And I'm glad that I got my hands on 2 of them.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, me too. I think I have 3 of them sitting next to me. 3. It tames the recoil so much. It's
dude,
amazing.
my 5.56, I got it on the 5.56 WP, and the thing doesn't move. It's fantastic. And then I also have it on my short little Galil, and that it just throws fire at that point, which is just fun.
Man, if the unrivaled people are listening, please make one in chemo. If you can make one with the chemo adapter on the back end, that would be money.
There you go. Htown.
That way you can throw your can on it too.
That would be fancy.
Right?
Somebody told me they're making a 9mm one.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard.
Huh.
I don't remember who told me that. I'm not going to throw anybody's name out there. I think it was Jeff. I just said I wasn't.
Was he the one last night?
Yeah, he was the one that came out of the shadows last night.
Midnight Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, creeping out of the shadows, Jeff. We love you, Jeff. But I think he was the one. I don't know. Somebody at Tommy's. It was either him or Gum or somebody. I don't remember. I think we were up at Tommy's and somebody said something. There's too many people there. And I was trying to eat an animal that was on the rotisserie all day. And I can't remember who said it, but I think somebody told me they're trying to come out with one in 9mm, and I was like, that would be kind of cool, because then I would definitely put one on like the KP9.
Yeah,
put one on a pistol, dude.
I have the KP9 too.
I love the KP9,
dude. It's so nice,
dude, isn't it? And I've heard so many people just shit on it just because it's KUSA, and I'm like, no. It's fantastic. I love it. It's so fun.
Mine had the out of battery issue.
Yeah.
And luckily I got it fixed while they were still in business. So
I never had the issue per se of the out of battery, but I did send the bolt in just to get swapped around or do whatever they did to it.
Yeah.
And still have had no issues with it. And I like when that issue was first becoming a thing, everybody's like, it's got battery discharges. And I was like, well, let's take it to the range and shoot 500 rounds through it and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I did it like 3 times. I think I went up to the range with a couple hundred rounds and just was mag dumping, and nothing ever happened of it. I mean,
yeah,
I was kind of hoping something did just to get it on video, but no, nothing.
Yeah. No, mine's
Think of
been
the
reliable
engagement.
since I got it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And who
Did he freeze up, or he's just?
I think he's actually
Hey,
frozen. So I
looks
don't
like
think
he's
it's a
frozen.
yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's Call of Duty
Oh,
o'clock. Oh, now he's
Yeah, what the
back.
hell? Is everybody
Hey.
back?
There it is.
Everything
Yeah.
just wiped out real quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird.
That is crazy. Hey, so
Well, we're
I did
back.
have a question for you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Man, how awesome is it to be able to go down there to Krebs' place, man? I've seen you down there. It's like, man, that's such a
That's like my
badass opportunity.
Saturday part-time job right now is hanging out at Mark Krebs, and it's awesome. Mark's a very interesting, intelligent fella, and it's just cool just to go there and just learn little things every week, and I enjoy it
So
very much.
he lets you go hands-on in there?
Oh, he insists that I go
Oh,
hands-on in there. Do this. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I'll show you once. Okay. But I mean, right now we're building Mark a Galil, and it's kind of interesting just going through everything and how it all works. And yeah, I don't know. Like I like to shoot guns, never really built one.
right.
So this is all new to me. And Mark just tells me we're doing this because of this, and this is why we're doing that. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. So I don't know. It's just fun to learn, and I enjoy it. And it's a
Nice.
good hanging out with Mark because he's a pretty funny guy.
Yeah. And so you're working on the 23. You have a Mark 23, or what's the scoop on that?
Well, I live in a shit state right now.
Okay.
And so I have my name written on one in his shop that's not finished being built yet. And I'm just waiting for the chance for me to get one. Because right now, technically, I can't even buy one from him if I wanted to.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It sucks.
That is kind of weird. Is it because of it's something new that's not on the books for the state?
No, they just have a shitty assault weapons ban here.
Oh,
And it sucks.
damn.
So
So
like
you're
you can't.
behind enemy lines, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Damn.
But I don't know. A lot of people are getting pissed off at local government, and I don't know if you know this, there was just an election that went down, and we're
Yeah.
hoping things change a little bit around here because I don't know. It sucks that I can't buy anything fun and new. Like, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
What else to say?
I got you, man. No, that's really cool that you have that resource. I think that, man, I'd give my left nut to be able to go down there to his shop and just pick his brain a little bit on how
Oh, it's
things.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like if I have an issue with anything, I just call him. Hey, Mark, this is going on. Yeah, just bring it on by. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll see you Saturday.
Hey, well, maybe you can drop my name a couple of times and say, "Hey, I'm HTownWereWolf." You know,
Yeah.
he probably won't remember.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, he's a hoot. At
Dude,
HTown, he was flying around on that golf cart.
yeah.
A couple of times he had that golf cart like on 3 wheels because you know how the terrain was all
yeah.
funky. And he was just having a blast, dude. He was just giving people water.
Yeah.
We had to push him around a little bit because his golf cart got stuck on one of the stages towards the end. And man, he was having too much fun out there.
Yeah, he's a great time to be around. I mean, he's funny. He likes, but dude, I mean, be honest here. You look at Mark Krebs, you don't think, mastermind builder when you see him, but you ask that man a question, and it's funny because like he'll sit there and he'll go, well, and then like the wheels start moving, and then he gives you this like ridiculously long-winded, engineered out explanation on what's going on, and you're like, I don't understand a damn thing you just told me. Just tell me why it's not working. And then he'll try to simplify it for you. But he's very smart when it comes to that shit, and it's awesome. And
Man, so
it's
you
good
have
hanging out with him.
Yeah. So have you seen Clay's series on where he interviews people?
Yeah.
You have an awesome opportunity up there.
Yeah, I know. It's not that easy though. I'm trying. I'll put it to you like that. I'm trying to get him pinned down underneath the lens of a camera, and it's sometimes you got to sneak it up on him.
I got you. Yeah. No, that would be something that I would be trying to do a video on. I mean, not
it's in the works.
obviously Clay has his series on companies and stuff, and he does a really good job. I would probably clam up. So
Yeah. Oh, it's been in the discussions.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying. But yeah, he just gets shy. As soon as you pull the camera out, he's like, he'll just give you the look. And I'm like, don't even act like it's here, Mark. I'm just putting this right here.
Yeah, I
But
gotcha.
it's a work in progress. But there will
Nice.
be hopefully a nice video of Mark Krebs in the future. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I don't want to make any promises, but I'm hoping.
Yeah. And Paul, you mentioned that you're really close to that other match. You said what was it called? It was like a gamer style match. I think I saw a video on it. What was it? Thunder on the Tundra?
Yes, yeah, Thunder on the Tundra. I'm actually part of kind of the match director staff for that one. So that's up here in Ripon, Wisconsin, which nobody knows where that is, but it is probably about 3 hours north of Chicago.
Ah, gotcha. And so what would you say? What is the like the layout? Is it how many bays? I saw Jamie's video on it, but is
Yeah,
it like
so
always at the same spot?
yes, so it is always so this was year number 5, and I've shot it every single year, and it is 7 bays, out to about 200 yards,
Okay.
and we try to do something different every single year. So this year the theme was video games. So each stage kind of had the idea of, hey, this is the Halo bay, this is the Mario stage, this is the Fallout stage, and then try to kind of come up with different challenges based on that. So like we had a Metal Gear stage where you actually fired a rifle grenade at a Metal Gear from Metal Gear Solid, if anybody's ever played that. And it's definitely a I think you described it well as kind of like a gamer match where, hey, there are different ways that you can approach this. And if you've shot USPSA, it's more towards that style than say like a KCON style where, hey, we're going to beat the piss out of you. And hopefully at the end of it, shoot fast, don't die, optional, is kind of the theme I think for KCON. But
Right.
it's just a one rifle stage. But one of the appeals for me is that one rifle match, I should say, is that the requirements for shooting it, like the rifles that you can bring in, are pretty stringent. So like you're not going to show up with anything close to resembling an AR and be able to shoot your way through it. It's got to definitely be like a com block or a AK pattern rifle. But
Gotcha.
there's FALs, there's G3s. We had a guy come this year and shoot a semi-auto MG3, so like the updated version of the MG42 from World War II. And we had quite a few people actually this year come shoot the CZ Scorpion, but not the new one, the Evos, the original one in like
Right.
32 ACP.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they did pretty well at that too. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's every year, kind of end of summer.
In the summer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that one's pretty far away. I looked into it. I think I was on the short list. I signed up for it last year or this year, and I was on the short list, but man, that's just so far away. But
Hey,
I will
that's
say,
what.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, I will say, flying out to the events is probably easier if you know someone that's like traveling up to an event, you can just pawn your rifles off on them and then just fly out. So it's not that bad.
Yeah, Clay was
That's
mentioning that.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do to get out to Cold War next year. Is just like, hey, who's going out there?
Yeah,
Here you go, and then I'll just fly into Phoenix and pick it up and go from there.
Yeah. That's such an advantage.
that does sound
Man.
like the move.
It is, especially because I think Phoenix for me, the last time I did it, it took me 3 days to get out there.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
will
no.
say the match out there was, man, that was the terrain. The terrain out there it's breathtaking, man. You're like, wow, this is awesome. You're nestled in the mountains, and then with it being deserty, like you can see your hits, so you can see where you're missing, so you can make the adjustment. And I think if it wasn't for the heat, man, that would have been probably my favorite match. But the heat was brutal. It was brutally hot this year during the time. Normally it's it's pretty chilly. And so these are the shirts they were giving away, or if you paid, you got the shirt. So they didn't think it was going to be that hot.
Was this the latest match that you shot?
No. So the latest one I shot a local one. It was a local 2-gun called Iron Soul Tactical, and that's a 2-gun one. And that's the last one that I shot. But I guess the last major I shot was Sons of Liberty, which was maybe a month ago.
How was that?
Man, so Sons of Liberty had, I would say, I feel like some of the stages they didn't put enough effort into some of the stages. Some of them were really good, but some of them it was like, hey, here's a stage, go shoot it. It's like there was no, you weren't really challenged. If I could say it that way, you weren't really challenged. It was just basically how fast can you run versus how fast I can run. That was really the difference. So,
HTownWereWolf loves the challenge, is what he's saying, ladies and gentlemen. Step it up.
Yeah.
Quit with the mediocre stages when Htown's in the room.
What are some of the stages that you've really, really liked that you think back on, out of all of the matches that you've kind of shot in the last year?
Oh man. So at AK Masters, they had a stage where you were running through some trenches, right? It was like a trench cut, and you had targets left and right. And so you had a little bit of a hoser at the beginning, right? Where you were engaging targets. So you were at a fast pace, but then when you reached the end of that, then you had targets left, right, and center that were smaller. So I think when you shoot stages where it forces you to do a little bit of long range and up close stuff, those are the ones that I like. I like those the best. They also had another stage where, if you go back, if you do any of the stages at Lethal Weapons, every single stage is themed. So all of those are fun. Everything at Lethal Weapons is super fun.
It looked like a good time.
Yeah, it was.
Once
It
again,
was. I mean, you were out there. You weren't really. That's one of those matches where you're just out there showing off what you brought and LARPing.
Yeah.
You're LARPing and showing off this freaking cool ass gun you got that you don't ever shoot. That's just sitting around, and it's so there's really no pressure on you to, at least not on me. I wasn't competing for anything. I was just having fun.
Yeah, that's the best part, when you can just go have fun. You don't got to worry about looking like a schmuck.
Yeah.
I don't remember last time I had fun. I think everything I've
yes, I'm taking 3 days of PTO, but god damn it, I don't care.
Yeah, right. I don't know. No, I joke. I have a good time every time I go somewhere. Even at Thunder this year, I did dog shit terrible, but I still had a good time. Still hung out with good people. It was still fun.
Yeah, that was a rough barbecue session after the first day of that match. So I had to take him out and get a little ice cream.
It was bad.
Nice. Yeah, I think I remember watching your video. I think you did you messed around with your gun, or you took something that you hadn't proven or something.
I totally did what I told everybody else not to do, which I took something that I didn't really test out too much before the match, and it screwed me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
that's all behind us now. We don't worry about that. Onward and upward, dude. Next year's my year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I need to work on the reloads because I need to shoot something else. I don't want to just show up and be the guy that just shoots the Galil, right? Like,
why not? I would.
Well, I don't know. I want to switch it up. I think so. So next year I may go to the Arsenal 107. I may do a 107 next year.
Yeah, there you go.
And just learn, do the reloads. Maybe I can get I'm trying to get my hands on some of those 40 round bakes, the 40 round bake lights.
Yeah.
I think with the 40 rounder, if you don't have too many misses, you may be able to get through a stage clean.
You just like long mags and stages. That's Htown's trick. I need a mag that can take at least 40 rounds, and then I don't got to reload, man.
Yeah, so that's my trick. It's patent pending.
Yeah, right. Everybody get your own style. Practice your reloads.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for that big boy. I wish they made
I Oh, I was just going to ask, are we declaring it here? Is it that you're the Arsenal next year?
Since
I
AC
don't know.
Unity makes a 40 rounder,
Oh, damn.
You want to know
And
how
it
much
works?
those mags are?
and these are like, what was this, Paul? Like $6?
$5? Holy shit.
$5. I bought 20 of them, so I just hand them out to people.
That's crazy.
It was what we call an impulse buy. Or it was
Damn.
actually I remember being on the phone, or no, I think we did it on the podcast. You were like, this is too cheap not to buy this. I'm getting my credit card out. And I was
Yeah.
like,
I
oh,
freaked out
okay.
on that. But the AC
Yeah.
Unity mags work pretty good. Actually, there's some pretty cool AC Unity 5.56 mags that are coming out that I really want to get, but I haven't been able to find them.
Oh, look at that. Oh no, he just hit the keyboard. Did you see him hit the keyboard when he did
I
that?
watched
Come
he dragged the elbow right in there.
Now watch.
And now
Let's
he's gonna
see
come
if
back and we're gonna have to restart everything. Oh,
can you
I'm
hear
back.
us? Can you hear us?
oh, okay. So now we have to
All right.
now we have to
Now we got all
we
right.
have to
Shut the
reset
cameras
all
off. Shut the cameras off. Okay, can you hear us?
Hey, sorry guys. I put my elbow.
Yeah, we just
on the
discussed that. We
keyboard
saw you
and
do that.
and I killed it. So I think I'm shooting this for lethal weapons this year
Hell yeah.
or next year.
Okay.
The 5.56 crank, but this is the real one.
Am I coming in clear? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Paul, can you hear you?
I hope so.
I can see Paul. I can see
Okay,
Paul. He's
I'm gonna
moving.
come back
He's
in.
good.
I'm gonna stop being the white orb. Can you see me?
Yeah.
It's working.
All right, cool. We're back.
Yeah.
Hey, at least now we know what to do when things go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I want one of those so bad.
What man?
drives
This
me
this
nuts.
thing right here. This thing was. Oh man, it was such a journey to get one of these. I got it on Gunbroker, and then
Really?
it comes with that funky long pencil barrel, so I had to get it chopped.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I want to shoot that for lethal weapons. That's what I'm shooting.
Nice.
Or not?
Do
Sorry,
you
not lethal weapons. KBash.
Do you primarily go to like one shop if you need to get work done on any of your rifles? Do you do the work yourself, or do you kind of say, "Hey, I know that these guys do really good work with cranks, so I'm going to send this here, but these guys, I need some work done with the scar, so I'm going to send it over here."
So if for simple stuff like triggers, K&S pistons, if I can look up a video on it, I'll do it myself. But like, chopping the barrel, I don't feel comfortable. If I mess it up, I'm done. So usually I do there's a local shop here in Houston called Iron Curtain Customs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
They do most of my work, and
Nice.
they do great work for me.
I am aware of Iron Curtain.
Yep, they're one
I've
of
heard
the
good
sponsors
things.
out there. KBash.
So it seems, just based on some of the rifles that you've shown us today, you kind of really do like the SBR route.
Yeah,
Shorter,
I do.
kind of more compact PDWs. What's the longest barrel rifle that you have?
Oh man, probably I would say the Scar. It's a Scar.
Really?
Probably. Yeah, because I did have a M90 that was, M90s have the 18-inch barrel, but
Yeah.
man, I chopped it. I was like, I can't do this. It's too freaking long.
Chop it.
Yeah, I was telling Clay, if I ever got an RPK, I would probably chop it too. Yeah,
Funny.
when you're 4'11", you can't be holding a gun that's taller than you.
That's funny. You
Okay,
cut all
just because I can't remember. I don't think you're actually 4'11", right? For the viewers at home, I think we're overcommitting to the bit a little bit.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that short.
So
I was about to say, because I was thinking, I was like, he was not a foot shorter than me when I met him. Was he that small?
For my job, I work with a lot of guys overseas that the only way I communicate with them is essentially through calls like this. And I convinced them that I was 6'3" and I could dunk a basketball.
Nice.
Oh wow.
I am not 6'3". I cannot dunk. I am all of 5'9". And my supervisor went over to India and they came up to her and they were like, "Do you have the video of him?" And she was like, "What are you talking about? Of him dunking a basketball? Like, he just seems like this great athlete." And now she played Division I volleyball, and she was like, "He's not 6'3". What are you talking about?" So the mythos was the jinx was up. But yeah, for about a year and a half, I had him convinced that, like, hey, the only reason I didn't go to the league was because, I had a knee problem in college, and that's, why
Oh
I'm not out there
wow,
hooping right now.
man, that's crazy. Hey, are you opening up your OnlyFans, Jamie? I keep
Yeah.
seeing the pin. Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm going back to this chat with fucking Brandon and Jeff. Brandon's being Brandon, and Jeff is awesome.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Man, distractions.
What keeps popping up that I'm getting things in the chat, and I'm thinking it's something important, but it's Jeff talking about how he felt bad for creeping out of the dark last night when we did our test run. And I
Yeah,
said,
that
no,
was,
it's fine.
man,
We're talking about it in the podcast right now.
yeah, that was so creepy.
And then Brandon, who watches a podcast before 9 a.m.? And I had to reply, your mom. And
Oh,
yeah.
So,
man.
so even though this podcast is coming out after Christmas, I do have to ask, as well, Werewolf is a man who has everything. What is like the one gun gift that you wish that people would just like understand? Hey, even if you're not somebody who's like in the firearm space, but like if you've got somebody in your life who is a shooter, this is the one thing that like you
Ooh.
wish that you would get from them.
Oh man. So basically the one gun that I want that someone to give me.
I wouldn't one gun, or is it like, hey, even if you guys just got me like brake clean, because I go through a lot of the brake
Yeah.
cleaner when I'm
Some
cleaning the
CLP.
inside. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
Man.
something where it's like, hey, you don't have to know a lot about guns, but you've got somebody in your life that does. Here's kind of something in the, low cost, no cost, medium cost, and then here's the gun that you should actually buy them.
Gotcha. So I would say ammo. I always
Yes.
like getting ammo. Ammo's number one.
Yeah.
I'll take an Academy gift card any day because I can turn that into ammo. And then
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and then as far as like the one item that I always give away ammo too. Like so whenever if it's a guy's birthday party or whatever and I'm invited and I go, I always first thing I do is I ask, I'm like, hey bro, you got any guns? What calibers? And so they're like, blah 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 blah, whatever. And then so I'll show up and I'll give away ammo. That's usually what I do is I give them ammo to
Nice.
encourage them to go out and shoot. Most people, buy a 100-round pack, Remington 100-round pack, or whatever the packs are, the UMC or PMCs or
Mhm.
whatever. And so that's their cash. Their cash of,
Yeah.
of ammo is that one box that they get when they buy their pistol or rifle or whatever. So I'll try to show up and I'll try to encourage like, hey, here's some ammo. So then they don't feel like
Like
they
they got
have
to dip
more and
into their
they feel like they can
savings.
go out and shoot.
Yeah. It's good that you're encouraging people to get out there and do it a little bit more. Because I feel I have, since you brought that up, I know I have friends that are like that. Like I've went shooting with them once, and then like I haven't seen them in a while. And I'll be like, hey man, we get together and go shoot. Oh, I haven't shot since then. And I'm like, that was like 18 months ago, dude. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, dude, that was the last time I've gone. And I'm like, dude, you need to get out there. But
Yeah.
I don't know, like we kind of had this discussion when me and Paul just did a podcast with Yellow Glasses that it's hard for us to remember that we are like the 1% of people that go out and shoot competition.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, I forget that. It's like, I don't know. For me, I feel like you buy a gun, you go shoot competition, but a lot of people don't. And
Yeah.
it's not even shooting competition necessarily, but you need to get out and just at least get the reps in, break the gun in, make sure you know what's
Yeah.
going on with it. Like you said, people buy something and dump 100 rounds through it and then it just kind of sits there because they're like, well, I've only got 200 other rounds. What am I going to do? Shoot them? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go buy more,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
have
I think
friends like Htown to gift you some. I wish I had a friend like that.
Yeah, no, so since I'm a member out there at the ranch, I open up the shooting to all family, right? So on my girlfriend's side, I'm always like, hey, anyone that wants to come out and wants to go learn how to shoot their gun, let's go. I'll take you. I have guest passes, or I can get guest passes, so I can take up to 3 people out there. And so it always comes up to where like they're like, yeah, we're ready, and then they're like, how many rounds should I bring? And I'm like, well, I can, it's usually like a full day or at least half a day. So I would bring at least 500 rounds, and then they're like 500 rounds. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's what I would feel comfortable with. Shoot, about bring 500. You may not go through them, but at least bring them out there. Because if you show up with a 50-round box, you can mag dump that 50-round box, in a couple of seconds, and you're done. And then you're just looking at me with my ammo, looking all juicy.
Yeah, I mean, it goes fast, especially once you, like you said, once you acquire at least 2 mag dumps into any range session, your ammo starts to go pretty quick. It goes a lot faster than you thought.
Yeah.
Especially if you start having fun. Forget about
Oh,
it. Go out there and have fun. Are you kidding me? Then it really goes fast.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've went out there and had fun. And then there's been times I've gone out there with like multiple calibers and been like, I brought 60 rounds of 5.56. What the hell am I going to do with this? That's all I brought in the bag. But now I got those little zip up like range purses. Tommy put me onto them.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're at, but yeah, it's like a little purse that you fill up with ammo. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Another great gift right there for somebody.
Yeah, there you go.
Some specific, even if it's just like an ammo can, but some way to kind of like transport your ammo and carry it back and forth to places.
Dude, Costco's got that $20 deal right now. With
I need to do that. That would be a great gift. The ammo can, the 50 cal ammo can.
Oh yeah, that's what I put all my stuff into.
Yeah, and they're sealed. They seal tight. So
yeah, Costco's got the plastic ones for $20 right now.
Is it a tray?
Yeah, you get a tray with a 4-pack.
I got one. Yeah,
I bought a couple of them.
with like 4, right?
Yeah.
Or 5.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not the biggest ammo cans, but like I wrote down, like I just stick magazines in them. Like when I go to a match, like, okay, this is my 5.56 mags. These are my 7.62 mags.
Yeah.
And one of them I think I have full of ammo that like just broke out of the boxes because, it's Russian ammo and the boxes are usually, when you get it in the mail, it just looks like a mouse was chewing in it for a week.
Yeah.
None of the boxes hold up for some reason. I don't understand why. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
But yeah, not a bad deal for $20, dude. 4 ammo cans and a tray. Costco. Check it out.
Also, the amount of people that I see show up to ranges without like quality like rifle bags, where they just kind of have like the sock, or they don't have anything.
The sock.
Like you don't even need it to necessarily be like a hard case, but Costco has Savior rifle bags, like at least right now, like on sale for like $40, and those things
I've seen that.
Also really, really choice.
Yeah, I think you're bringing up good points, Paul. There's more than just gun ownership, right? So like you go out, you buy a pistol or a rifle, right? And then most people just put that underneath their bed or in their closet, right? But they don't have anything else, right? That's all they have. They have a box of ammo and a rifle. And so because maybe they're at a spot where like that's all they could afford, right, for the moment, which is, it's good, have some form of protection. And but yeah, definitely you bring up good points. Ammo can, rifle bag, good hearing protection. It doesn't have to be expensive, but good hearing protection is also very important. And then even safety glasses, if they don't wear reading glasses or glasses in general, some safety glasses would be a good gift as well.
Man, no, I'm trying to think of
the
gifts.
like Walker Razor just over the ear, they're like $30, and they just improve your range sessions completely, because having active ear pro, we're just, hey, we can still kind of talk, but we're not shouting at each other to try to get through the phone plugs or anything like that. I think that those are fantastic. I blow through pairs of those. I mean, because I always forget, or the in-ear ones, then all of a sudden they're going through the wash. So, for $40 to also say like, hey, thinking about your hearing, buddy, because you already don't listen to me. So, now there's no excuse.
Or even a pack of Targets. If somebody gave me a gift and it was just a 10-pack of some shooting C's, I'd be happy as shit, dude.
Oh,
like, sweet. I go through Targets like crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I go through Targets a lot too. One of my good friends gave me a bunch. We used to be neighbors, and he moved to Austin to work at Tesla, and he was cleaning out his house, and he's like, "Hey, you want these?" And he handed me like no joke, a stack that fat of targets, like all different sizes, and not shooting C's though, but the man
Yeah.
shape or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And so I have plenty of targets, which
Nice.
is I use every single time I go out. I'll use 4, 5, or 6 of those targets. So
Hell yeah.
Kind of
that's a really
walking through
good
this
gift to get.
list. Walking through this list, I'm really realizing how expensive it is to really be a shooter. You've got targets, bags, ammo, ear pro, eye pro. Like the list just kind of keeps going on and on and on. Now, some of these are buy once, cry once, but other ones like targets is just kind of like, well, every 6 months looks like I got to buy, another set of, 600 targets or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets
Ano-
expensive, especially with targets.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
would say another big thing and I just recently got one. Man, a rangefinder. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I
I
just
don't
got
know
one.
how long I went
Yeah.
without a freaking rangefinder, and now I've got one, and I'm like, all right, like I'll bust it out right now. You guys are like 1 meter away.
Yeah, right. Dude, I love it.
I'm also the worst when people are like, "Hey, estimate this range over here." I don't know, 20 yards, and it's 80. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
the worst at like actually judging those ranges. And you don't.
Yeah.
I've got a little golf one. Like it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be something that's crazy. At KCON last year, the summer event, one of the shooters in our squad, I think it was Sully, he had like this carbon fiber tripod leg and this like Smith and Wesson Bino that was he could laze all the different targets and then it would like have a memory and it would come up and do everything. But it was so good that you were seeing like the vapor trails go out off of like 5.56 at the 600-yard range. You
Wow.
don't need something like that in order to be
Right.
competitive. I mean, you could just have a little monocle to go out there
Yeah.
and kind of know what these distances are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just got a cheap one, and I tell you what, when I go to the range, it's a lifesaver instead of dragging out the tape measure and measuring my targets to like just get fucking sight in. It's terrible, but yeah, I don't do that anymore.
It's
Because tape
even
measure.
easier than you take your foot and then you take your other foot. And
Yeah,
then you take
no,
your
dude, I don't
foot, and then
trust
you
that.
take
Yeah.
If I'm
Hey,
sighting in, I don't do the feet.
I used to have one of those roll tape things that was
Yeah.
like 100. So I would take that, put it underneath the target, and then I would stretch that out. And then in the grass, I would just paint
Yeah.
25, 50, 75, whatever. I did that for the longest. And then I was like, man, I need to just invest in one of these. And I just got a cheap one, but man, that thing is a lifesaver.
Yeah, I just got a little cheap. I think it's a SIG something, and I won it in a raffle. It was like a $20 ticket, and they were selling 5 tickets, and I was like, I gotta win this, and I did, and it works. So whatever, I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's good. And then also, while we're on the subject, I guess some sort of med kit too, like a small
Oh,
med
yeah.
kit would
Oh,
be
yeah.
That's huge.
that would be something that you definitely need to carry out there, and have one in your car, and then have one at home, or just as many as you can get. There, you can buy the little packs where it's like all inclusive, and it's like $50. I
Yeah.
think I may change up the gifts for the guys this year. Every year I try to do a gift for my girlfriend's male members, the boys on their side. I usually give them knives or ammo. I think this year I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna give them one of those med kits, so they have one.
Great
There you go.
idea. I think to kind of go along with that too, like a CPR certification class. They're super cheap. And I know that you're kind of gifting an obligation to somebody, but I mean, you've seen, no offense to our listening base here, but you've seen some of the guys that come out and shoot these matches, calorie intensive humans. The odds that you're going to have to break out, in knowing CPR and how to clear an airway and things like that, just some like basic things, you can end up saving somebody's life someday.
Calorie intensive humans.
Hey, those are my boys. 12 Glazers in the morning. Appreciate you coming out.
That's terrible.
Somebody's got to be in the middle of the pack.
No, so I watched your podcast, Jamie, the last one that you did, and you said that like before like a major event, like you do one whole month of working out. I was like, God, what the determination on that guy? A whole
I'm
month
still
of
terrible.
working out.
No, man. Like I need next week. I got to start because, like I said, we got a little over a month till that one in January, and I'm just gonna work on cardio because I know it's gonna be. If there's snow on the ground, I hate walking through snow, and I'm not trying to get winded walking through snow and then have to shoot a stage. So I ate like shit this week. I enjoyed way too much food. I had a great time doing it. I'm not gonna lie. I love food. I'm Italian. Forget about it. But it's time to, get in the gym and get my ass back into shape because I was doing great last year. I was feeling good, man. I was feeling good. I lost a lot of weight and I was feeling good, and then I kind of just fell off the wagon, and I got to get back on because it feels good to feel good. I hate feeling like I love food too much.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. But yeah, dude, you gotta be ready at least get the cardio up. At least get on a treadmill.
yeah.
I'm not saying you got to go out there and come out to the competition looking like a Sam Solik, but at least you're not going to be winded walking uphill.
Yeah. How close are you to Chicago?
Hour-ish.
Man, so I took my boys this year to Chicago, and
Yeah.
we did a glizzy tour, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Chicago style dog?
Oh,
if
dude.
you go into Chicago, where are you going?
See, that's not even, well, I guess it is in Chicago, kind of. Yeah. I like a super dog. I'm a sucker for a super dog.
Gotcha.
I don't know why. It's just so good.
The super dog, is that where the ladies berate you? There's some
No,
ladies
that's the
there.
Wiener Circle.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Did you go to the Wiener Circle?
Yeah, I went there. We tried when we tried like 12 Chicago dogs, 12 different spots.
See, I'm sure there's
some of them were like weird, but
yeah.
I had them on the list. I was like, let me go try them. And
see, I'm pretty sure Super Dog is considered Chicago, but I don't know if it's like deep city Chicago. Probably like you were probably like running around downtown looking for hot dogs and shit, right?
No, so we took the rail. We went down to the White Sox Stadium. There's a place right by the White Sox Stadium that had supposedly some of the better ones. They're the Reds, Red Hots.
Wiener.
Yeah, Red Hot. And so we traveled, man. That was so scary, dude. We getting on the
I was gonna say, I can't believe they made you go down to the south side.
Yeah, we went down the south side, and then we got out, and then we had to walk like 1 mile across the White Sox Stadium along that road. And it was, man, we were so scared. We were like, we got there, we ate our dogs, and then we were right back to the subway.
I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I can't believe they would suggest you even go down there.
Well, it was
not
on the
nice.
list. Yeah, it was on the list. So I would say our favorite one was so we like Wiener Circle and we like Devil Dogs. Both of those were really good.
See, we should have had Jeff in here. Jeff is more of an in-city connoisseur of food than I am. He loves going down there and eating. And he knows all the spots
too. He knows the dogs. If you were
Jeff
going to
is
talk
a
about
food
Italian
diva.
beefs, though,
yeah.
If you were going to talk about Italian beefs, though, that's Jamie right there.
I did try the Italian beef at Luke's. I did the Luke's Italian beef.
Yeah,
man, it was good. And I also tried another one that it was like parm, like a parm sandwich. It was in Chinatown, and I can't think of the name right now, but that was so different because it was like a whole roll, and it was like dipped in tomato sauce or something. It was a chicken parm sandwich.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name right now, but that thing was, aside from being super messy, it was delicious, man. We destroyed that thing. Yeah, it was really good. And you had to walk all through Chinatown, go across this little ghetto to get to it. It was weird.
Yeah. After you and your boys came back from your food tour of Chicago, did you go home and go, man, now I realize why there's a lot of fat people around Chicago because they got some really good food up there?
Yeah. So it's a foodie town, but being in Houston, we have a lot of food down here also.
Yeah.
It's just different. We, every region has its own thing. I will say the deep dish is overrated though. I'll take a thin crust every day of the week.
I do love a thin crust. I'll do a deep dish maybe once, maybe twice a year, depending on the event, but it's not something that I'm always searching for. It's a special occasion type thing, and it's not a lot.
Yeah.
And you gotta do it right.
Is where it's at.
Yeah. and so it being the first time that I take my boys up there, we had to try it, right? So we went to Pizzeria Uno, and we had their special, their deep dish or whatever.
Uno, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
And so, yeah, I probably did the wrong one, but I had been up to Chicago before and I tried Giordano's.
Yeah.
So I had already done, I didn't want to redo one that I've already done. So I
Right.
did the other
I get
one.
you. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense. There's a lot of shitty little hole in the wall pizza places around where I live. And that's the sad thing, because like at work, like if I work X amount of hours, work like chips in and buys you dinner, like if you got to stay there all day. But like say rough average, we have 15 places that work will buy you dinner at, 10 of them are pizza places. And so
Gotcha.
it's insane. There's too much pizza and too many Italian restaurants up here. And it's
Yeah.
just so much shit. Like every night, like if you're working like a storm and you're working late for like a week, every night it's where you want to get pizza, where you want to get pizza. And it's like, dude, no more. I ain't shit in 3 days because there's just too much cheese on them things.
Dude, tell me about it. At the Sons of Liberty match, every year they do sandwiches.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what it is about a sandwich, but a sandwich just clogs me up. I need some grease. Give me some tamale grease. Give me some bacon grease.
Forget about it.
You know that the sandwiches don't do me right.
I do love me a
So
good
you might
tamale.
say that crushing an entire sandwich in the middle of a match would degrade your overall match performance.
Yeah, at least for me, I think it does. It'll slow me down. Whereas if I
So-
had like some tamales in the morning or something, I think I'd be a little lighter on my feet.
You had tamales in the morning. I think if I had, if I broke off 2 good tamales in the morning pre-match, I think that would help me with a little bit of energy.
Yeah.
But you will not see me cranking down 3 tamales, stage 2, 3, when I still have 2 or 3 stages left. It's not me.
There's kind of an inside joke where one of our buddies that we shoot with literally pulls out at like stage 4 out of 6, like an entire like Italian hero, like 8-inch sub, and just crushes it right there. And we're like, "How are you even doing this, man?" And he's like, "What? I'm hungry." And then he goes on to the next stage and gets done, and he's just kind of like, "Man, I'm not going as fast as I thought I was." And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, why do you think that is? Let's see if we can put 2 and 2 together here.
Yeah, because he just crushed a big ass doll or a big ass sandwich.
Oh yeah.
You're full of bread, dude. Yeah, you're supposed to carbo load the night before. Don't you know anything?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so I guess that would be one thing that aside from the shooting and whatnot, I also do food reviews. So that's
What, on
one of my,
YouTube?
no, not on YouTube.
Oh.
Basically on Google Maps.
Okay.
Every place that I go to, I'll do a little write up on the place, throw some pictures in there.
Oh, you're a
And-
Yelper, huh?
Yeah, kind of like, I guess you call it a Yelper, right? So
You're like,
if you
the lighting
like,
was exquisite. The bathrooms could have been better, but the service was fantastic.
exactly. So
Yeah.
if you go to the winner circle, like I'm like one of the very first people that pop up on the winner circle there in Chicago.
Nice.
And I guess I've been doing it for a long time. I've been doing the reviews. I think I'm all-time views on my reviews. I'm at like 26 million.
Good Lord,
views.
dude.
Yeah. So
Damn.
it's one of my, I guess it's one of the things that I like. I try to help people out. Like
Yeah.
for me, I look at the Google reviews on everything, right? If
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna be like, let me see what other people said, because I don't
So
want
you
to
Google review a lot of things other than food.
no, just food.
Just food? Okay.
Yeah, just food.
I say
So, yeah,
I'm not a reviewer. I used to do them on Amazon, but I would do them like just to be funny. Like one year
gotcha.
I bought my kid like some winter hats for
Yeah.
Christmas. And there's like, leave a
Yeah.
review on these winter hats. It kept bugging me. I was like, fine. And then so if you look at my review on these winter hats, it'll be like, nice hat, well made. It kept grandma warm in the cold months when we used to keep her out on the porch.
Nice.
Just stupid stuff like that.
So
Yeah.
Htown, you are the #1 review on the Wiener Circle right now. I pulled it
Yeah.
up.
Wow.
Yeah.
But food, 5 out of 5. Service, 4 out of 5. Atmosphere, 4 out of 5. Let's be honest here. What are they doing to get those 4s up to a 5?
So when we went in, there was not very much. So if I remember correctly, you walk in, right? They berate you a little bit. They'll attack you. They're attacking
Yeah.
you the whole time, which is cool. You know, the kids really got a chuckle out of that. But then, like the spots in the front, there's not very much spot to sit in the front, so you have to take your shit, go
Yeah.
all the way around the back, and sit in the back. So I just thought, I don't know, it was kind of weird the way it was disconnected.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was a good dog. Don't get me wrong. That dog, what they if I'm not mistaken, I think they cross cut that dog, and then they grill it,
Oh, and then they grill it. Okay.
and then they grill it.
Yep.
So that was the difference with that one, is that since it was cross cut and grilled, it had more snap to it. So both, you know, it was the kids and I were both like, damn, this is a good dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about a place
Well-
that cuts the dog in half and grills it. I don't
Yeah.
know why. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, we're at about an hour 40 here. I don't know how much time everybody's got left. I'm running a little short. I kind of have one final question for you here, H-Town. Channel's
Yeah.
been growing. Where would you like to see your channel go
Ooh.
in the next year? If you kind of could envision a year from now, we're sitting back down, saying, "Hey, we knew you when." What would kind of good look like for the next year for H-Town Werewolf?
Ooh, man, that's a good question. I think I'm up to like 1,600 subscribers. And I would say maybe I pull in about 80 new subscriber every month. And I'm not really, you know, I've gotten some offers from some companies to do reviews on stuff. I've got an optic sitting over there somewhere. And man, I can't pull myself to do that kind of stuff. Like I feel like I need to believe in the product in order for me to do a review on it. So I definitely don't want to do I want to keep the channel real, right? I'm not gonna do any paid stuff. So I would say natural growth. If I get another 1,600 next year, so be in the 3,000 ish,
Hell yeah, brother.
then maybe that would be good. I just want it to be natural growth, though. You know, word of mouth, like, hey, go check out Htown Werewolf or whatever. And I mean, I've only been in the game for 1 year, right? So I mean, Jamie, you've been doing this for a while. I think you're close to getting 2K. So
Yeah.
man,
But I don't pump out as half as many. How many videos do you have out right now?
96, I think 95.
See, I just hit 100. So you're
Oh,
like
really?
pushing out twice as many videos as me.
Ah, gotcha.
And so
Yeah.
that helps a lot for you, man. But me,
Yeah.
I just can't do it. There's no way.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah. So I would say, to answer your question, I would say if I could double up the viewers, that would be amazing for me. But if it doesn't happen, I don't want to be like, oh man, I failed. I didn't double up the viewers. I just want it to come. I want the viewers to come naturally, to like the
Mhm.
content, and to, man, get a chuckle out of it. Like,
Yeah.
my videos, if you watch any of my videos, like I'm trying to make you laugh, and man, just get out there and shoot something. Whatever you got, just go out and shoot it.
See, I like
Hell
that.
yeah.
And I think that's why I like your videos, because not to sit here and pat myself on the back or brag about myself, but somebody told me I like your videos because it's just you and you're like, you act natural. And I'm like, okay. And like, well, for real, like if you goof up, you keep it in the video, you're just yourself, you're just hanging out. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks. But then the other day I put out a video and I just felt like I did the same thing I did with the last gun. I'm just at the range, walking around with this tripod, talking to the camera, just being myself, acting like an idiot, you know,
Right.
singing, doing whatever.
Yeah.
And then I put it out and somebody was like, this is just like hanging out at the range with one of my buddies, but you have way cooler guns. And I'm like,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
And so
no,
I don't know. I like that. I quit going to the range with like, okay, this is what you have to shoot. You need to talk about this about the gun, talk about this, talk about this. And now I just grab a gun and I go out there and I'm like, yeah, we're here. And this is what I'm
Yeah.
doing today. And it's been
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, that's me too. I'm, like I said, I'm almost done with the collection. Probably won't finish this year, but and then so next year I'm probably gonna go to the 2 video mode. Because it's really hard to keep up with every week. You know, I'm
Oh, I
struggling.
bet, dude.
Yeah, and then editing, man, there's a lot of money and time invested in these things.
Forget about it. You don't
Oh,
even
yeah.
want
I
to know.
I did finally get paid by YouTube. Woo!
There you
I
go,
got my
buddy.
first check. It was
Nice.
$114.
There you
Only-
Hell
go.
yeah.
Only 8,000 rounds in. I'm at about 8,000 rounds this year just on my videos.
I don't even want to know how many I've shot.
And that's only for video stuff. I still have all the competition. I don't count the competition ammo. So yeah,
That's crazy.
It's definitely a passion because you're not making money at this thing. You're just basically you have to love shooting guns and that has to be it for you. Otherwise, if you're trying to get into YouTube with firearm content, nah, it's not gonna work for you.
I think that was a good message to send right there. That you have to love it. Don't expect to be reimbursed for anything because it's going to cost you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing.
But Paul, do you have to get out of here?
I have a little bit of a hard stop coming up here, but
Okay.
I feel like we're kind of at a natural point, unless Htown, Jamie, you got anything else you guys want to talk about?
Other than the fact that if we do go to a competition next year, and you and me are both there, I think we should dress the same and really mess with people.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Maybe if we do, if it's like a 2-dayer, like maybe one day we both do Htown and then the next day we both do Midwest.
I'm down, dude. That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We have to figure it out. That would be hilarious.
You've seen my my shirts with my face on them, so
I
can just let you borrow some of my shirts.
Yeah, see, and I'll let you borrow one of my shirts, dude. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, and it can be just something simple. And if what would be awesome is if we squatted together too.
Oh yeah. I think it'll be a good time. I think it'll really give people a good laugh.
Yeah.
I already feel bad for those ROs turning around and just seeing double.
Double trouble. Yeah.
But Htown, I thank you very much for coming on, dude. You're more than welcome to be back on, and I'd love to have you back on if you're willing to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we had technical difficulties, but we powered through and we made it happen, and it's been a good time.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I appreciate the invite. This is my first podcast. I'm like,
oh, dude, I love being people's first.
Hell
You'll
yeah.
always remember me.
First podcast. I've been my girlfriend. I've been telling her like for a couple of weeks. I told her when you told me months ago, like, hey, would you be on a podcast? I was like, oh, I'm gonna be on a podcast. and then it finally, I told her, put it in your calendar. It's gonna be early, so I'm gonna be making noise.
Yeah.
And so she knew it was like this was amazing. It was
dude,
awesome.
I just got blown away when I just sent like a bunch of text messages to people figuring nobody's gonna read them or they're gonna say no, and like the response of people saying yes was like ridiculous. And I was like, wow. I was like, Paul, we've got guests. This is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
So,
no, I think you got something good going on here, Jamie. This whole shooter, are you ready? And I like that it's focused around, competitions and whatnot, because there's so many people out there that maybe this video is going to be their segue into going to shoot a competition. So they know they need, all the gear they're going to need.
Yeah.
And then maybe you can do another video on like Clay had one before, like what to take to a match. But
yeah, I thought about it, especially after that episode we did with Moisha where he broke down a lot of things that you need to do for competition. And I was like, I should probably do a video on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I appreciate all the kind words. I appreciate you coming here. I appreciate you toughing through the technical difficulties.
Hey, no worries.
And yeah, like I said, anytime you want to come back, I'm more than happy to have you. If you got something you want to talk about or something crazy going on or some new fancy toy you want to show off, let me know.
I got you, man. Yeah, and then I'll open the invite to you as well. If you want to shoot any of my stuff and borrow it for some content, I'm open, man. Whatever you need to borrow. Well, I guess
I need to send you that 20. We'll talk about it. I need to send you that 20 somehow.
Yeah, and I'll chop the barrel for you.
Yeah, no, I'm good on that. Thanks. Oh, Htown chopper over here. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Shooter Are You Ready podcast. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple or whatever, subscribe. It makes me look better. It helps the podcast out. And leave comments. Tell me what you think. Ask questions. Be participant in the event. And thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. My name is Midwest Savage with my fancy guest, Paul. And our guest today was HTownWereWolf. But We love you all, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Shoot ready.
Yep.
Shooter ready? Stand by.
Shooter ready.
Stand by.
Shooter, are you ready? Stand by. Shooter ready. Stand by.
Ready? Stand by.